Alright, now I'm going to work on this later on a little bit more when I have some time, but this is what the two ears should look like. See, a little bit different. This one's kind of out to the side, this one's straight down, and we don't have any bit of a curvature. His head's a little shorter and has the two bumps on the top and flat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to work on the body a little bit. I'm sorry, on the mouth area and nose. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down and around. We're going to trim this back a little bit. Alright, just like so. Alright, we're going to round all this off a little bit. Now right here, we're going to put a little bit of an indentation right there. Just like we did with the donkey. Alright. But their noses are much more deeper and much wider. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to trim this off a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of an indentation right there. I think I already did that before. I'm going to flatten this out just a tad. Okay, I'm not going to go real deep, but we're just going to, because this is where the nose is going to go once we get this figured out here. Okay, and we're going to put one right here. And we're going to go up here a little bit and see if I can get that right back here. Hang on just a second here. Let me fuss with this a little bit here. And this is kind of how the nose is going to go. Alright, kind of big. Alright. And you can work that out a little bit. Now, I'll fuss with the nose a little bit later because I don't have the right tool with me right now. So we're just going to round this up a little bit and keep, fussing with this a little bit. Now, the difference on that, it's his nose is a little flatter and his head's a little flatter, okay? It's not rounded like the donkey is. Because, they have this little flat surface on their head and it doesn't stick out too much from where actually the nose and on a real one, it's all the same line. There's not a big huge nose at the end. It protrudes a little bit, but not pretty well what you see there. Alright, so we have the neck. We're going to bring the neck down just a little bit more in the back here on both sides. Alright, and we'll finish that up a little bit later. You want to try to get all the rough marks off like we discussed before, because if you don't, it's going to paint up kind of funny for you. Alright, so we're going to put a little bit of a dip here yet, okay? Just a little bit of a dip. Just like so. Alright. And then we're going to blend that in again. Alright, so we have his head going down, and they have a pretty broad area right next to their face there a little bit. Their ears are kind of stiff because of the cartilage in it, and what we're going to do is we're going to round off the shoulders just a tad. Alright, on either side. And one thing that the calf has and the cow, they have a bit of a loose skin right underneath their neck. So we're going to try to create a little bit of that one here a little bit later. Okay, let me see what I'm going to do next. Okay, we're going to have him sitting as well. We're going to make his neck a little bit longer, but their hoofs are a little bit different. Instead of this with the horseshoe going up and around. They actually have a parted center, okay, of their hoof. So what you'll see here is this. You'll see this. Let's bring this out a little further. You'll see this. Same shape, but a little bit different, like so. Okay? And the same thing over here. So we're going to make the same design, and we're also going to bring this down just a tad, and we're going to put a center line in like we did before for the top part of the hoof portion. But let's see what high that is. Okay, let's kind of measure it the same size here. And I always use my finger instead of using a ruler. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down, bring this up and around, whoops, like this. Almost like a shape of a tulip, if you can think about it that way. Alright, well, let's bring this down just a tad. Alright, and that makes it more look like a hoof. Bringing it to a point. Okay, and then at the bottom you kind of round it out. Okay, we'll do the same thing over here. Alright. For some reason that does not look right to me, and I don't know why. Yeah, it should be right. Bring this out a little further, just like so. And of course we're going to have, I guess, no two hoofs are the same anyway. And then we'll have his legs coming down through the center. This tail, they do have a tail, and that they also have a little hair on the end of the tail, just like a regular one does. So we'll do that in just a second. Alright, we'll be right back.